Hello. Please mute your phones and turn your attention to the public safety announcement. In the event of an emergency at NJ Transit, your safety is our top priority. Please follow these important instructions. In case of an emergency, announcements will be made over the loudspeaker or by a uniformed police officer. The emergency exit to McCarter Highway is the red stairwell located near the first security desk after you exit the boardroom. If necessary, CPR will be administered using the defibrillator. Please do not approach the dais. Documents can be presented to staff at the entrance to the boardroom. Please follow the directions of NJ Transit Police and staff. Thank you, and have a safe day.
I hereby call to order the Board of Directors meetings of the New Jersey Transit Corporation, New Jersey Transit Rail Operations, Inc., New Jersey Transit Bus Operation, Inc., New Jersey Transit Mercer, Inc., and New Jersey Transit Morris, Inc. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States, to the republic which stands one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I will now take roll call. Board Member Abrantes? Here. Board Member Morocco? Here. Board Member McCray? Here. Board Member Nara?
Here.
Board Member Thomas?
Here.
Board Member Weiss?
Here.
Board Member Cruz?
Here.
Chair O'Connor.
Here.
For the record, Board Member Weiss is participating remotely. Vice Chair Carson will join us shortly remotely. Oh, is she on? Thank you.
Hi, Megan. I'm here. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Vice Chair Carson and Board Member Weiss are participating remotely. President and CEO Kaluri is participating remotely, and Board Member Caniff is absent. This is a meeting of the New Jersey Transit Corporation and its affiliates and subsidiaries. Adequate notice has been provided in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act and NJ Transit's enabling legislation. Notice was filed on September 12, 2025 with the Secretary of State and sent to newspapers of general distribution, posted in the main entrance of NJ Transit's headquarters, published on the corporation's website, and sent to each individual agency and organization that requested such notice.
Thank you. May I have a motion to approve the minutes of the July 17, 2025 and August 28, 2025 board meetings? You have a second? Second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed?
Motion carried.
Anna Maria will present the advisory committee report.
Good morning, Chairman O'Connor, Vice Chairman, board members, staff.
Oh, we lost her audio.
I think I'm back now.
Yeah,
Okay,
you're back.
thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. The North and South Jersey tax jointly and virtually on Friday, September 12th. 2 members were appointed to the Southern Tax, Keith Hardington and Bill Methuselah. We received a presentation on statewide bus service changes and enhancements from Director of Bus Service Planning, Johanna Hine. A presentation was given by customer advocate Frank Bowman on the Camden We Are Listening Forum. Forbes named New Jersey Transit its America's Best in-State Employers 2025 list for 5th year in a row. And number 1 in the transit and logistics category, and 54th out of 90 employers in New Jersey. Further, we learned that 200 additional multi-level rail cars were authorized for purchase under contract options with Alstom. This brings the total system to 374 new rail cars ordered to phase out older and less reliable single-level cars. Transit is observing National C-Trax Think Train Week from September 15th through the 21st. It's to remind customers, drivers, and pedestrians of the best ways to stay safe near trains and tracks. Transit also expanded the Fair Pay Card to the entire bus fleet and all 3 light rail systems. The reusable cards allow customers to purchase and store monthly passes of 10-trip bus tickets or cash value on them to enjoy the convenience of tap and go. On August 25th, Transit launched the Jersey 25th, Transit launched the Jersey Journey Every Stop Tells a Story campaign. It's an interactive map showing more than 150 historic sites and landmarks across the state, easily accessible by New Jersey Transit bus, rail, and light rail. Transit also kicked off the NFL regular season on September 7th with Meadowline's rail line service to MetLife Stadium. Members received updates from the Government and Community Relations Department from Paul Wyckoff, Chief GCR, John Del Colli, Legislative Senior Director, and Barbara Lazaro, Senior Director. The PACs support the following resolutions on the board's agenda. 250938, bus services in support of 2026 World Cup busing plan. 250939, proposed labor agreements between New Jersey Transit bus operations and Amalgamated Transit Union. 250941, bus stop program options. Lastly, our next meeting will be held on October 24th, 2025. That concludes my report, Chairman O'Connor.
Thank you, Anna Marie. Are there any comments from the public?
There are 4 in-person speakers and 3 pre-registered telephone speakers. Speakers, in order to give everyone an opportunity to be heard, comments will be limited to 3 minutes. Priority access will be given to pre-registered in-person speakers, followed by any additional in-person speakers. We will then take comments from pre-registered telephone speakers, followed by any additional telephone participants who are queued to speak. Those participating by telephone, if you have not already done so, please press star 1 on your telephone keypad to enter the queue to speak. You will hear a brief tone to indicate you have successfully entered the queue. The first speaker is Sally J. Gellert, followed by David Peter Allen.
Good morning. I'm Sally Gellert, the chairperson of the Lackawanna Coalition. Regarding action item 250938, we expect to see details of the auxiliary bus services that are the subject of this contract. Once again, the meeting agenda backup documents do not include details, unlike the labor contract that is the subject of action item 250939. It's hard to make intelligent comments without being able to analyze those specifics, but maybe you'd prefer to keep the public in the dark. We know how rare it is to hear any board discussion or have any decision be less than unanimous. None of the information required to make an intelligent decision to approve this action item is in the agenda. No estimated costs of entire project to provide buses to the 8 World Cup matches at MetLife Stadium, no information on the 2 losing bids, 0 details of contract, and no statement of where you're getting the money. On action item 250941, the bus stock program revised, we appreciate the updated agenda's inclusion of the prior authorized bus purchases, but blanch a bit at the quantity and cost. The state has a goal of moving away from diesel and internal combustion to more electric vehicles. This tends to be more efficient for fleets than for individuals, and electric vehicles are best purchased as replacements when the previous vehicles is effectively used up. We see just 46 electric buses listed among the 1,264 authorized buses, an extremely small number unless there are more electric buses in the previous 958 40 and 60-foot buses that are reflected in the presentation of this item on the agenda. Surely these new buses will have a multi-decade life, so you seem to be locking in emissions over that time. How many of these previously authorized buses are already on order, and when are they to be delivered? What is the schedule of payment for these buses? None of the information required to make an intelligent decision to approve the action item is listed in the agenda. No information on unit cost of buses and parts, etc., which makes no sense. The unit cost of the diesel buses, the unit cost of the zero-emission buses. Are these buses low floor or old style high floor with 3 steps into the bus? Diesel buses, zero emission. Why 40 feet and not 45 foot? Are there facilities for these zero-emission buses? No statement of where you're getting the money. Action item 250942, Bloomfield Station Contract Amendment. We have been attending meetings at the Bloomfield Town Council to support the addition of a bus shelter on the southbound side of Glenwood Avenue, south of the train overpass. Our members have previously used a shelter at this location, bus stop number 17226. We particularly wanted to bring that effort to your attention as you amend this contract for state of good repair and ADA compliance work at the station. We have expressed concern for the many contract amendments we see at these meetings, often like today, with little or no explanation of the reason for the amendment or a view of the overall scope of the project and contract. We trust that no other station will be closed in association with this project, as happened in Lyndhurst with the Kingsland Station, without any regard to the needs of regular Kingsland residents. Vito will read the rest of the statement. Thank you.
Thank you. The next speaker is David Peter Allen, followed by the telephone speakers.
Good morning. I am David Peter Allen. While I am a member of the Senior Citizens and Disabled Residents Transportation Advisory Committee, SCATTERTAC, I am speaking in a personal capacity, which means I speak only for myself. On June 23, 2025, I was formally notified that I faced potential expulsion from the committee based on statements at a prior meeting. A proceeding was subsequently held, and on August 11th, I was informed by the manager overseeing the process that the required two-thirds vote for expulsion or other action was not reached. Accordingly, no action has been taken against me, and I remain a member in good standing. In other words, I was acquitted of the charges against me. I wish to acknowledge and thank the members of SCATTERTAC who participated in the process and affirmed my continued service. I will continue to carry out my responsibilities to support seniors and riders with disabilities in accordance with the committee's full mission and with the protections guaranteed by both the United States and New Jersey constitutions. While I have been speaking with regard to the SCATTERTAC situation in recent months, that does not mean that I am not engaged in other transit-related activity, and I have a bus issue. Yesterday, I was in South Amboy and wanted to take the 817 bus to Keyport at stop 23990. The My Bus system could not find it, nor could the NJ Transit operators. The operator of the provider, Suburban Transit / Coach USA, was not helpful either. These buses were operated under New Jersey Transit's flag, and therefore the agency has an obligation to the riders to know where all buses under its flag are and to tell us, the riders. On August 27th, there was a news conference featuring Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy and Andy Byford, who has returned to New York in an Amtrak capacity to supervise the redevelopment of Penn Station. As I reported for Railway Age at the time, Byford announced that he has placed the proposed Penn South expansion on hold and will consider through running of trains that will serve New Jersey and Long Island and possibly Metro North in the future. I personally express my hope that New Jersey Transit and all others concerned will work effectively together toward making Penn Station a more inviting and more useful place. On October 1st, I will moderate a panel at a conference sponsored by Railway Age. The panel will be about Pop-Up Metro, a novel and inexpensive system that can provide passenger service on rail lines that currently do not have it, without the expense and difficulty that come with the FTA's New Starts program. I believe this new innovation can help New Jersey Transit to expand its service area in a cost-effective manner. So while I am busy with other rail-related activities, I also look forward to continuing my efforts with SCATTERTAC as a member in good standing. Thank you.
Thank you. The next speaker is Martin, is it Harity? And he will be followed by Matthew Graham.
Good morning, everyone. How are you? My name is Martin Hegarty. I am affiliated with the Amalgamated Transit Union. That's the workforce for the bus operation side. My local is currently a local 824 South Jersey Hal Garage. We represent over 6,000 members, the workforce that moves this state of New Jersey on bus operations. I'm here today to once again say that the tentative agreement that's been placed in front of the board today is after a year and a half of negotiations. I want to give credit to both negotiating teams, one being, of course, the New Jersey State Board Council that represents our members, our bus drivers, mechanics, fuelers, servicemen, cleaners, light rail, and field salary, that we've come to an agreement 2 months ago where we accepted the tentative agreement. We ratified the vote. It's now in front of the board, and this took about a year-and-a-half process to come to this day. This is the finish line. I want to just take the opportunity to say thank you to our team negotiators, our International Vice President, Raymond Greaves, our Chairman of the State Board Council, Orlando Riley, and of course on New Jersey Transit's board side, we had Michael Kilcoyne and his team, and of course the board that's sitting in front of me. We just want to take this opportunity to say thank you very much. The workforce out there expects a fair day's pay for a fair day's work. We couldn't fit 6,000 members in here. I can't speak for all of them, but I am glad we have a voice at the table, and we'll be seeing you again in another 3 years when it comes to negotiations again. We set the prevailing wage for what we're willing to pay and what we're willing to accept for our labor, our contractual rights. So that being said, I have a contract book here. We've been around for a while. From 1962, to give you an example, a bus driver was making $2.48 an hour. That was $99 a week. Obviously, we've come a long way. So we have a great history working together. Sometimes we have our differences, but when it comes right down to it, the workforce, the people that move this state have to be recognized, and today they are being recognized, and I appreciate this opportunity to speak on their behalf. Thank you.
Thank you. The next speaker is Matthew Graham, followed by Vita Havrilla.
Good morning. My name is Matthew Graham. I'm from Union City. I work in Jersey City. I took a bus on my way here today. It was not a New Jersey Transit bus. If I'd waited for the New Jersey Transit bus, I would have been late. Everyone knows that the bus service in New Jersey is not good enough. Either you ride the bus and you experience it firsthand, or you don't ride the bus and you're evidence that it's not good enough. So I'm here today to talk specifically about bus service in Hudson County and remind the board of 3 facts. First, people commute to places other than Midtown Manhattan. Second, people commute at times other than rush hour. You know, nurses, doctors, weirdos like that. And people ride the bus for personal and social reasons, not just commuting, especially women. So what does a bus schedule tell a stay-at-home mom when the buses run regularly at rush hour and hourly at midday? One line particularly challenged by these facts is the 86, which goes between Jersey City and Union City. It goes to the Newport Mall. It runs actually right past my house. It's the bus I would like to take to work, but it runs every 40 minutes early in the morning and every 65 minutes at midday. And then if it misses, then it's like an hour and 10 minutes. So I usually do not take the New Jersey Transit bus. Employers don't base their work schedules on the bus schedule. Hourly buses often mean choosing between being 20 minutes early, 20 minutes late, or 40 minutes early. You know, tell your boss that, right? The 86 also frequently lacks real-time info. Buses appear even more infrequent than they actually are. Revenue is lost when potential riders like me earlier this week find other options. And I ask you today to consider combining the 86 with the 85 bus. One bus line between Newport Mall and the American Dream Mall with higher overall frequency. A combined line could be the 86 south of Congress to downtown Jersey City and the Newport Mall, and the 85 north of Congress to the American Dream Mall. The result is a line with high-value, high-demand destinations at both ends, particularly for young people who are more likely to rely on transit. And this creates a line where it's going to be fuller throughout the day because people are getting off of the destination they left from, and other people are getting on to the destination they're going to. So thank you. Please remember those of us who don't go through the Lincoln Tunnel each day. And please consider combining the 85 and 86 buses. Thank you.
Thank you. The next speaker is Vito Havrilla, followed by the telephone speakers.
Good morning. My name is Vito Havrilla. I am the Vice Chair and Legislative Director of the Lackawanna Coalition. Our website is lackawannacoalition.org. Next meeting is the following Monday at Summit Library. Contact info@lackawannacoalition.org. See one of us for the railgram. I'll be continuing our board statement, leaving off where Sally was on action item 250942, Bloomfield Station Contract Amendment. We trust that no other station will be closed in association with this project, as happened in Lyndhurst with the Kingsland Station, without regard to the needs of the regular Kingsland riders. We request official assurance that no other station will be affected. None of the information required to make an intelligent decision to approve this action item is in the agenda. 1, why is the additional $631,000? No excuse or reason given. 2, what is the total cost of this project? $5.3 million for design services suggest about $53 million. 3, what are specific elements of this project? Elevators, tunnel, etc. 4, what is the current actual weekday boarding only population? In 2018, New Jersey Transit reported 2,332 inbound weekday riders at Bloomfield, which would make this a very high cost per individual rider. 5, how much money will come from each funding source? Action item 2509-43, appointment of general auditor. We have long asked for financial responsibility and transparency in New Jersey Transit. We hope that this appointment will help towards providing both. We look forward to public reports. Next item, train number 6263, PSNY to MSU. This is the 4:52 p.m. It was a 5-car set. On Tuesday, on the 16th of September 2025, one of our members took this train from Newark Broad Street. This train was a 5-car multi-level consist and it was packed. Passengers had to exit the train to allow other passengers to disembark. It was so crowded the conductors did not walk through the train to collect tickets. As previously reported to NJT and to the New York Metropolitan Transportation Council, that's NMTIC, this train normally has at least 6 cars. We don't remember seeing a 5-car train leaving New York. In fact, based on what we have seen, we thought this might have been a 6-car minimum. Incidents such as these make riding the train an unpleasant experience for the passengers and crew. Last item, Bloomfield Avenue sidewalk construction affects bus drivers. Current construction on Bloomfield Avenue and Bloomfield made navigating these areas hazardous. The corner of Orange and Bloomfield Avenue, where the Newark-bound bus stop is located, is under construction. Please inform bus drivers and passengers of such conditions and put alerts on the New Jersey Transit website and social media when in these conditions. Thank you.
Thank you. Operator, please open the floor to public comments by telephone participants.
Certainly. And as a reminder, if you have not already done so, please press star 1 on your telephone keypad to enter the queue to speak. You will hear a brief tone to indicate you have successfully entered the queue. Each speaker will be given 3 minutes for their public comment. A warning will be provided with 1 minute remaining and again with 15 seconds remaining. At this time, there are 5 speakers in queue, and your next public comment is coming from Jesse Rinkowitz. Jesse, your line is live, and your time will begin now.
Hi, good morning. I'm calling about District 1 of Cape May County and South Jersey across the state. We don't have any rail service in our area and location. We haven't had rails for like 20 years. Like, we have tracks that are just sitting there unworked on or just falling apart and stuff. I'm calling because of Rowan University. I was trying to figure out a faster way to get back and forth from Cape May, and that's why I was calling. And I'm here on behalf of rail service. That's what I'm more into than buses, because they run more efficiently and they're more environmentally clean, and they're also they run more efficiently and they're more time consuming and stuff like that. So I was just calling about that. And at first, like, one of the running candidates that's running for our New Jersey governor election, he doesn't want to really put money into the Glassboro-Camden line, and people need to be very cautious about this of who they're going to vote for in the fall. I don't mean to get into political, but it's going to affect and hurt a lot of passengers and things like that. So I think funding should be available for that, the GCL. it should be extended to Vineland. I think that was like the initial agreement and stuff. Also, secondly, we need a bus terminal in Vineland. We don't have one in Vineland. We only have one in Atlantic City. So there's a lot of traffic congestion to get people from South Jersey to Rowan University, and there's not enough transit and not enough rails and buses to even get there. So I was just calling on behalf of that. I did reach out to the Steve Sweeney Public Policy Office that handles these kind of matters and things like that. And I also reached out
1 minute remaining.
from Tri-State Transportation Campaign. So, yeah, they suggested about getting the GCL back and running again, because I did see that it's delayed till 2028, and we need rail service just the same in Cape May because we have a bridge that's falling apart and stuff like that. So I just hope that, because 55's extension is going to cost more money and it's going to be more environmentally haphazardous, and it's going to cause a lot of controversy between the Audubon Society and the Department of Environmental Protection. So it's not a feasible option to put a highway into our peninsula. It's always been a historical fact that we should have a rail instead. So that's what I was calling about, and I appreciate that you take further action.
15 seconds.
So if you can, please, thank you.
Thank you. The next public comment is coming from Adam Reich. Adam, your line is live and your time will begin now.
Operator, before you begin my time, I have a parliamentary inquiry for the chair. At two recent public meetings, I've had Mr. Calori publicly refer to my employment and make suggestions that I've been acting unethically. If Mr. Calori does anything similar, Chair, will you allow me the courtesy of an opportunity to briefly respond? Chair O'Connor?
Yeah, there will be no comment from us. Continue.
Okay, can the operator confirm you're resetting my clock to now? Or Chair O'Connor, can you confirm that the operator should reset my time?
Please proceed with your comment.
Okay, so with mean distance between failure, I know we hear a lot about reinvestment in new equipment, which is important, but the reality remains that it will be months until any of the equipment enters revenue service, years until new equipment alone can make an appreciable dent in it. It's imperative that we hear a detailed plan about improving rail equipment reliability as well as the other fleets, since we, the riding public, need to rely on this equipment for the foreseeable future. Mr. Calori has talked about taxpayer time being an important thing. I agree, but part of what matters is all the people being delayed getting to work or getting home because of engineer availability cancellations and mechanical issues. We need a detailed plan. I can't emphasize how much I was dismayed to hear staff give an impassioned refutation of Bloomberg's article on New Jersey Transit being so unreliable compared to agency peers, but yet for months, we, the riding public, have been asked for a detailed plan on improving rail equipment reliability that has not been forthcoming. I want to echo the comments of Sally Jane Gellert. I agree that the resolutions need more detail on contract amendments. Why are they being amended? What's the scope of the work? Why does more money need to be allocated? These projects probably do have merit in most cases, but it's still important that you give the public some sense of what we're paying more for. I want to also stress,
1 minute remaining.
I've been making a point of calling in my personal capacity and using personal time. I've asked Chris Calori specifically to review, though, a couple of years ago when I was advocating for mass cars, there were New Jersey Transit employees pressuring some of the railway historical societies that depend on a working relationship with them. In one case, we had an employee with their supervisor present in the room make a heated call to one of our board members. So I would ask Mr. Calori, if you're concerned about my time, even though I've stressed it's personal time, will you commit to reviewing this? I can give you the information you need about who was involved and when to a degree. I would ask simply for that courtesy, if you're going to inquire about my time, to also
15
look
seconds remaining.
for your own employees. Beyond that, again, stress the need for transparency. Having a detailed mean distance between failure plan needs to come into play. Thank you.
Thank you. The next public comment is coming from Jason Anthony. Jason, your line is live and your time will begin now.
Good morning, New Jersey Transit Corporation board members. Jason Anthony, the Transit Guru, speaking from New York City on Jan Oliver's birthday. Chris Galori, I wonder what are you doing on Teams instead of being in person? I know that you're being disrespectful to New Yorkers like myself. I demand an apology from yourself because since you have been appointed to be the president and CEO of New Jersey Transit Corporation, I demand an apology from yourself and the entire board of why you have been disrespectful towards myself. Because there's a pattern here in New Jersey Transit Corporation since your predecessor, Kevin Stephen Corbett, that every time that I speak, Chris Grimes spoke one time, and we addressed issues regarding Penn Station and Manhattan, we are disregarded. And it wasn't only thanks to your customer service advocate, we have ambassadors at Penn Station in Manhattan and the Midtown bus terminal. But I wish that you and every single board member that's in person in the $500 million new headquarters and those board members that are along with you in teams could take a train to Manhattan and see the conditions that me and along with thousands of New Yorkers see every day in Penn Station. Because it's not fair that your agency wasted $500 million for new headquarters for passengers like me and others that rely on Penn Station, see less but have to pay more every single year. And this is why we're requesting Sean Patrick Duffy to investigate your agency and Shanti Nara for the mismanagement for all these years. Because why is it that Jan Oliver and others have treated me with respect and answered my concerns
15 seconds.
in the board and in person, why you cannot treat me with the same respect that the MTA treats me and advance more station accessibility? I wait your response. So that's all for this month. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Your next public comment is coming from Paul Cunningham. Paul, your line is live and your time will begin now.
Good afternoon, board. I actually want to echo what the earlier gentleman said about the 85 bus, that the frequencies, there should be better frequencies for it. It has higher ridership than the 81, and the 81 has 3 or 4 buses per hour, as it should. What I wanted to talk about is, yesterday I was at Exchange Place, and I noticed that somebody put up with printed white paper the bus signs for the different shelters that are at Exchange Place, for Route 1, Route 80, whatever. And that's great that somebody's done that, because if you go there, you have no idea where to stand, what shelter you're supposed to stand at, unless you go into the shelter and look at the map, and you can see the map, oh, okay, Route 1's here. So it would be great if we got professional signage, good wayfinding. The same thing at Journal Square a couple of days ago. I needed to make a transfer from one bus to another, and I had to spend all my time going through all the different lanes trying to figure out where the 87 was going to leave. And, they just have these little boards at every stop that's just printed paper. Same thing when you go to the bus, the path part. where, you know, it just has printed paper. It just looks like amateur. Same thing with Newark Penn. You know, you get out of the train station, you go to the bus part. I have no idea where the 62 is. I have to go to every single stop. I have to ask somebody. So it would be great if we could invest in better signage so we don't need like super duper supernatural vision to see what the route number is on a bus stop. And it would be great if I'm in the Grove Street Pass station, you know, major train stations, and it says, okay, the 80, the 81, go this way if you want to go towards West Side or towards Bayonne. So it would just be really great to have professional signage, to brand New Jersey Transit, to just get a better marketing program here so it doesn't look like, I mean, the buses are dirty and everything. It doesn't look like we're running a third world country type of transit system. So as I said, I hope that you guys can have better wayfinding, better signs in our major transit stations, and better signs on the street. If you look at American Dream Mall or the new Hoboken bus terminal, they have really nice professional signs, and those are the types of signs that we should be using in the future so people can see them and people know where the bus goes. Thank you.
Thank you. The next public comment is coming from Andy Weiss. Andy, your line is live and your time will begin now.
Good morning, Board. I am disgusted that NJ Transit is buying over 200 small 40-foot buses. NJ Transit needs to buy hundreds and hundreds of 60-foot articulated buses, which are with low floors. They are much more comfortable. Even the standing room is better. Are these 40-foot buses the obsolete Wonder Cruiser buses that Michael Kilcoyne loves so much? Mr. Calori, you started off great, and now you're another failed CEO like Kevin Corbett. You turned into a nasty guy, a really nasty person, and who's making these decisions? Another 40-foot buses. Why is the board going to keep overcrowding us with small 40-foot buses? Why? Small 40-foot buses are a sign that NJ Transit will not expand ridership. That's what it's all about. Small 40-foot buses are a sign that NJ Transit will not expand ridership. They don't want more riders. You, the NJ Transit corporate office, you are the worst corporate office, and you are responsible. Not anybody else, not the legislature, not anybody else. You're really responsible. Comes from inside that horrible $500 million corporate office. That's where this comes from. All the bad decisions, all the lies. You have destroyed bus service, commuter rail, and light rail systems. Nobody knows. Here's another issue. Nobody knows that NJ Transit has a customer advocate. Nobody knows. I ask people, they say, do we have a customer advocate? I didn't know that. Mr. Calori, stop making the customer advocate a secret. Here's what we need for the customer advocate. Get my list up here.
1 minute remaining.
Our customer advocate has no advertisements about his position on the NJ Transit bus, light rail, and commuter rail system stations. I don't see any. He has no public calendar, Mr. Calori, and nobody knows what he is doing. None. Our customer advocate has a tiny, minuscule social media presence set up by the board to hide him. He constantly removes his presence. I've seen it many times. I don't know who's doing it. Somebody at the NJ Transit corporate office removes his presence on the front page of the NJ Transit website and replaces it with advertisements. I've had to report this several times. He does not speak at the main NJ Transit Board of Commissioners meetings. Right here, he should be speaking. He should be speaking. He has watered down the role of the NJ Transit customer advocate, and his actions are passive instead of fighting for NJ Transit riders. The board set it up that way. Right, Shanti Nara? You're the worst.
Thank you. There are no further participants in queue to make a public comment at this time.
Thank you. We have one more in-person speaker, Gloria Mills.
Good morning, everyone. For the record, my name is Gloria Robinson Mills. I am the chairperson of ScatterTAC. ScatterTAC is an acronym for Senior Citizens and Disabled Residents Transportation Advisory Committee. As chair, I am the official spokesperson for the committee. Any reports, statements, updates that are presented here is a reflection of the official views of ScatterTAC. All committee reports, statements, and updates that are presented are delivered by me in that role. From time to time, we may have someone from the committee or an individual from the public who may choose to make a public statement. Those comments are their public opinions and their personal commentaries. They do not reflect the official view of the ScatterTAC committee. I will now provide an update of the collective work of the ScatterTAC committee. On July 28, 2025, the ScatterTAC committee met, and the Education Committee coordinated a presentation from the bulk sales program. Mr. Jesse Garcia explained that this program is available and it is a valuable resource as an option for ticket purchases. Our meeting location, the Senior Secretary for Local Programs announced that all future ScatterTAC meetings will be held in Gateway 2 in the New Jersey Transit Boardroom. Our next meeting is September 29th at 10:30 a.m. For the budget and advocacy, local program staff indicated that since last month, the proposed budget from the state, and after updating their budget, the amount of the ScatterTAC allocation was revised downward. Mr. Michael Vieira, who is president of NJ COS, which is the Council on Special Transportation, and a member of the ScatterTAC committee, has been an invaluable asset to our committee. He stated that ScatterTAC has been the only program that is legislatively mandated to receive this allocation. The reduction could have an extreme impact on some counties with close to $300,000 reduced in the budget. He will be discussing this matter further with legislators for clarification purposes, and will share the results with our committee. Recruitment efforts will begin in the fall, and vacancy announcements have been posted in local publications. There were concerns raised regarding transportation barriers preventing members from participating in person for our meetings and events. Local program staff has agreed to discuss these concerns with the Access Link management in an attempt to resolve these issues. The Bylaws Subcommittee has met and continues to work to revise the document. Once they are finalized, they will be brought to the entire committee. This concludes the September ScatterTAC report. We thank the board for its continued support as we work to strengthen funding, expand outreach, and address accessibility challenges together. Thank you.
Thank you, speakers. Are there any board member comments? Okay.
Yes.
Board Member
if
Nara?
I may. I wanted to specifically address Mr. Cunningham. and his comments about all of the problems with signage at various locations for the buses and some trains. And I will say that I know that our customer advocate, Frank Bowman, has been involved in getting updated signage and other things dealt with in other locations. And so, and I know he is observing this meeting, and I'm sure he will look into this and talk to appropriate staff. And so, Mr. Bowman has been very active throughout the state. He's still trying to get to certain parts, but I know he has a plan to get out to as many of our stations that service the trains and buses, as well as light rail and all of our other divisions, and he's working diligently on that. So I think that this is an area that maybe he can look into with staff and see what we can do. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Any additional board member comments? Okay.
Okay, Chris will present the President and CEO's monthly report.
Thank you, Chairman. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Yes.
Great, thank you. Let me just first address a couple of speakers that are very important. We're so pleased that the ATU contract is in front of you for your consideration. As Martin noted, Mike Elcoin and the team did a really amazing job getting the negotiation completed, and getting a contract ratified was an important moment for 6,000 New Jersey Transit workers, and we appreciate all the parties who worked hard to get this done. On Sally's question on the Bloomfield bus station, I will make sure we personally take a look at it to see what the issue there is, and we'll get back to you. For Jesse, look, there are two issues. One is we have a Cape May, Cumberland, Atlantic County bus study that is starting soon at the request of Senator Testa, and that is part of this larger issue you talk about, how to make sure we connect residents from Vineland and other parts of of Southern Jersey to important nodes, whether it's education or employment. And on GCL, I just want to let you know, and the chairman knows this, and the governor supports it. We are moving ahead, regardless of what the politics may be on this. Our job is to advance the project as we see right, and of course, it's always up to the next governor to make the decision. But I wanted to assure you we're moving forward as planned. And Board Member Nara covered the bus station. And Adam Reich, see, Adam, you did what I suggested. There's no issue, but I'm so glad you said you're not representing the views of the Civil Service Commission, and you took time off. That it was just a friendly piece of advice, and I'm so glad you followed it. Let me get to the issues that I think board members you should know. We rolled out a fare card, and using this card as one of the speakers mentioned, we can our riders are now able to use it system-wide and on both on bus and on the light rail network. This is part of our effort to make the ridership experience more sustainable and make frankly the payment system more efficient and fair. As the public may have read, we have worked with Alstom to start the transition of the Riverline service back to New Jersey Transit. The effort has started now and will conclude sometime in early 2025. It was a mutually agreed upon decision. We think it is appropriate for the long term for us to have control of our own destiny and provide the kind of service and growth that we think is appropriate. You will, in the next 20 to 30 days, get a report, members of the board and the public, on the work we're doing on our assets. It is very important to us collectively to continue looking for non-fare revenue, which I've committed to since I started. We've already completed the sale of the Lyndhurst property and received $14.4 million. We're in the process of doing a couple more with the EDA, but the effort is only starting. I think what you will see in October is a roadmap for the next governor to consider to bring in substantial amounts of resources to New Jersey Transit that will represent a non-fare revenue component of our budget. I want to address the issue of buses. Look, it's very important to me that when we make a commitment together that we will modernize the entirety of our fleet, which is buses and our rails, we mean what we say. That means that we are, with this board action, should you approve it, we'll be ordering the final 200 buses we need, plus the 60 zero-emission buses as required by the state mandate, to make sure that we finish and accomplish what we said we would do. By 2031, it is our objective, using federal funds, which are available every year through the allocation we get from the federal government, to make this order a reality. Ultimately, no point in keep talking about mean distance between failure, whether it's on the buses or on the rails, if we're not going to do anything about it. So either we do something about it or we stop talking about it. My view is the board and the governor have taken the right decision to make sure we move forward and keep our commitment. This is in addition to over $1 billion worth of notice to proceed contract we signed with Alstom. So we have now started to keep the commitment that we made starting in 2018. It is finally coming together. The first 174 multi-level cars are going to start coming in early next year. And then we are placing the order for the remaining 200 multi-levels. And today you're going to authorize the final 200 low emission buses to keep our commitment to basically modernize the entire rolling stock. You are also, look, and I think this is important from a transparency standpoint, we have not had an auditor, and our acting auditor general did a really good job. But I think it is time to have a full-time auditor general, and I'm so glad you're considering Alicia Simpson for this position. She has extraordinary experience, and I think she'll do well for the organization. It's one thing to talk about rolling stock. It's another thing to talk about making sure infrastructure keeps up with it. We are in the process of rebuilding New Brunswick train station, which is next to our flagship state-run university, the oldest state-run university in the state of New Jersey. And we're going to spend up to $70 million making sure we upgrade that entire station to be reflective of the needs and growth of the city and of Rutgers and the industries that are about to come there as well. In addition, we're so pleased to be able to report that we are now have entered into a marketing program with Rutgers, where the station is going to be branded as the home of Rutgers University, which is very, very important. Let me conclude with where I started 8.5 months ago when I started this job, which is to make sure when it comes to customer service, we try to make sure that we provide the riders the most accurate information and make sure all our mechanics and all our speakers work. We have now concluded an audit of all 165 train stations' public address systems to see what needs to be modernized, what needs to be fixed. In fact, a customer emailed me last week about the noise level of one of the speakers. We have addressed that. So there is not a part of the business me and my colleagues don't obsess about. No one, I assure you, wakes up in the morning at New Jersey Transit and sees how they can ruin people's lives. In fact, we do just the opposite. Every morning we get up and we figure out how to make sure we address those problems, both under our control and out of our control, to make the customer life as good as possible. The ultimate solution to this entirety of this challenge we have is to make sure we have a modern rolling stock, which we're keeping our commitment to doing, and to work with Amtrak to make sure they modernize their infrastructure so we don't have a kind of reliability issues we have. That is what we're trying to do, nothing more, nothing less. That concludes my report, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Chris. Board Member Cruz will present the Operations and Customer Service Report.
Thank you, Chair. The Operations and Customer Service Committee received an update on trends, analysis, and actions for rail, bus, light rail, and access link. We also received an update from the customer advocate and an update on the cost of service. That concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you. Board Member Morocco will present the Administration Committee report.
The Administration Committee received a financial update. This included a summary of operating results compared to previous year's comparable period and fiscal year 26 budget, 12-month farebox revenue compared to pre-COVID, major balance sheet items, and federal COVID-19 relief grant drawdown summary. Additional information was provided as part of the agenda materials, including the cost of service, key performance indicators, 12-month farebox recovery, history of vacancy, attrition and hires, ridership and revenue, and a monthly budget to actual comparison for July 2025. The committee also received updates from Human Resources and Equal Employment Opportunity and Affirmative Action. That concludes my report.
Thank you. Board Member Wise will present the Capital Planning, Policy, and Privatization Committee report.
The Capital Planning, Policy, and Privatization Committee reviewed the board items for bus services in support of 2026 World Cup busing plan and design and construction support services for rehabilitation and accessibility enhancement at Bloomfield Station, contract amendment. That concludes my report.
Thank you. Chris, you will present the action items.
Thank you, Commissioner. I'd like to introduce Michael Kilcoyne, Senior Vice President, Surface Transportation and General Manager of Bus Operations, to present Board Item 2509-38.
Thank you, Chris. We are presenting for approval Item 2509-38, Bus Services in support of 2026 World Cup busing plan. Authorization is requested to enter into a contract with A Yankee Line Incorporated of Elizabeth, New Jersey, to provide equipment and personnel to support New Jersey Transit's auxiliary bus service for the FIFA World Cup 2026 events at a cost not to exceed $3,269,400 plus 5% for contingencies, for a total contract authorization of $3,432,870, subject to the availability of funds and board approval of New Jersey Transit's operating budget. We ask for your approval of Item 2509-38.
May I have a motion to approve Board Item 2509-38?
Motion.
May I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Megan, please take a roll call vote.
Roll call vote. Board Member Brontes?
Yes.
Board Member Morocco?
Yes.
Board Member Nara?
Yes.
Board Member Wise?
Yes.
Board Member Cruz?
Yes.
Vice Chair Carson?
Yes.
Chair O'Connor?
Yes.
Motion carried. For the record, Board Members McCray and Thomas are recused from item 2509-39 and will not comment on the item.
I ask that Michael Kilcoyne next present the next board item, 2509-39.
Thank you. We are presenting for approval Item 2509-39, the ATU labor agreement. Authorization is requested to approve and ratify the memoranda of agreement modifying the hourly, field salary, and general office clerical employees agreements. Authorize the President and CEO and/or Senior Vice President, Surface Transit, and General Manager, New Jersey Transit Bus Operations, to take all necessary steps to finalize and implement same, and authorize the President and CEO and/or the Senior Vice President, Surface Transit, and General Manager, New Jersey Transit Bus Operations, to negotiate, renew, and execute related labor agreements with the Utility Workers Union of America and ATU Local 819, New Jersey Transit Morris, and New Jersey Transit Mercer, Inc. We ask for your approval of Item 2509-39.
May I have a motion to approve Board Item 2509-39?
So moved.
May I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Megan, please take a roll call vote.
Roll call vote. Board Member Brontes?
Yes.
Board Member Morocco?
Yes.
Board Member Nara?
Yes.
Board Member Wise?
Yes.
Board Member Cruz?
Yes.
Vice Chair Carson?
Yes.
Chair O'Connor?
Yes.
Motion carried. For the record, Board Members McCray and Thomas are recused from item 2509-40 and will not comment on the item.
I ask that Michael Kilcoyne present the next item, board item number 2509-40.
Thank you, Chris. We are presenting for approval Item 2509-40, extension of covenant not to compete agreement on the 300 bus route. Authorization is requested to take all actions necessary to extend the covenant not to compete agreement with OBC Lines, LLC, a Coach USA company of Paramus, New Jersey, for a 60-month period beginning October 1st, 2025 through September 30th, 2030, for the 300 bus route between Newark Liberty International Airport and the Borough of Manhattan, New York City, New York, for an annual payment of 5.5% of the gross revenue, with a minimum annual payment of $450,000 annually, plus 13.5% commission on all tickets sold or issued by OBC Lines LLC in the Borough of Manhattan, traveling to a Port Authority-operated airport. We ask for your approval of item 2509-40.
May I have a motion to approve Board Item 2509-40?
Motion.
May I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Megan, please take a roll call vote.
Roll call vote, Board Member Brontes?
Yes.
Board Member Morocco?
Yes.
Board Member Nara?
Yes.
Board Member Weiss? Board Member Weiss?
Yes.
Okay. Board Member Cruz?
Yes.
Vice Chair Carson?
Yes.
Chair O'Connor?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Chair, next I'd like to introduce William Brooks, Senior Vice President, Capital Delivery, to present Board Item Number 2509-41.
Good morning. We're presenting for approval item 2509-41, Bus Stock Program, option to purchase up to 260 40-foot buses and 26 zero-emission buses. Authorization is requested to purchase up to an additional 260 40-foot transit buses, including capital spare parts and potential tariffs, and an additional 26 zero-emission buses, including capital spare parts and potential tariffs, for an amount of $506,711,200.79, plus 10% for contingencies, subject to the availability of funds. Total authorization to acquire up to 1,264 total buses shall be $1,586,101,295.49, plus 10% for contingencies, which buses may be acquired pursuant to the existing contracts or pursuant to any other legally permissible procurement method. We ask for your approval of item 2509-41.
May I have a motion to approve Board Item 2509-41?
So moved.
May I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Megan, please take a roll call vote.
Roll call vote, Board Member Brontes?
Yes.
Board Member Morocco? Yes. Board Member Nara?
Yes.
Board Member Weiss?
Yes.
Board Member Cruz?
Yes.
Vice Chair Carson?
Yes.
Chair O'Connor?
Yes.
Motion carried.
I ask that William Brooks present the next Board Item, 2509-42.
Thank you, Chris. We're presenting for approval item 2509-42, Design and Construction Support Services for Rehabilitation and Accessibility Enhancement at Bloomfield Station, Contract Amendment. Authorization is requested to amend the contract with Stantec Consulting Services, Inc. of Rochelle Park, New Jersey, to provide additional design and construction support services for the rehabilitation and accessibility enhancement at Bloomfield Station in the amount of $631,000 for a total authorization of $5,368,874.02, plus 5% for contingencies, subject to the availability of funds. We ask for your approval of item 2509-42.
May I have a motion to approve Board Item 2509-42?
Motion.
May I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Megan, please take a roll call vote.
Roll call vote, Board Member Brontes?
Yes.
Board Member Morocco?
Yes.
Board Member Nara?
Yes.
Board Member Weiss?
Yes.
Board Member Cruz?
Yes.
Vice Chair Carson?
Yes.
Chair O'Connor?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Before I present the appointment of Auditor General item, I want to recognize Frank Savino for his leadership as acting Auditor General during the search process. We thank him for taking on this additional responsibility while we searched for the Auditor General. Frank will return to his role as Deputy Auditor General. I am recommending the approval of item 2509-43, appointment of Alicia Simpson to the position of Auditor General of the New Jersey Transit. May I have a motion to approve Board Item 2509-43?
Second.
Any discussion? Megan, please take a roll call vote.
Roll call vote, Board Member Brontes?
Yes.
Board Member Morocco?
Yes.
Board Member Nara?
Yes.
Board Member Weiss?
Yes.
Board Member Cruz?
With deep thanks to Frank, yes.
Vice Chair Carson?
I echo the same yes, and a big thank you to Frank for his time, his work, and his dedication to the agency.
Chair O'Connor.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Before we adjourn to executive session, I want to let the public know we will return to adjourn the meeting, but no further business will be conducted. May I have a motion to enter into executive session to discuss personnel matters, contract negotiations, the status of pending and anticipated litigation, and matters falling within the attorney-client privilege, included but not limited to the personal injury claim of Rahim Ali. May I have a motion to enter the executive session? May I have a second? Second. Any discussion? Megan, please take a roll call vote.
Roll call vote, Board Member Brontes?
Yes.
Board Member Marocco?
Yes.
Board Member Nara?
Yes.
Board Member Weiss?
Yes.
Board Member Cruz?
Yes.
Vice Chair Carson?
Yes.
Chair O'Connor.
Yes.
Motion carried.
I hereby reconvene the open session board meetings.
I will now take roll call. Board Member Abrantes? Here. Board Member Morocco?
Here.
Board Member Nara?
Here.
Board Member Weiss?
Here.
Board Member Cruz?
Here.
Vice Chair Carson?
Here.
Chair O'Connor?
Here. Since there is no further business, may I have a motion to adjourn the meeting? May I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carried, meeting adjourned.